Hey guys, Kevpert here. Today we're doing episode 2 of my 2v2 series, designed to teach you all about rotation and positioning in the 2 setting. Now, myself and Values are not quite the level of Classic Cincinnati, who we analyzed last week, but we're going to try to apply what we learned in the last analysis to my own gameplay. Now, along the way, I'll also highlight some good points of play that you guys can take with you as well. So let's get right into it, and here we go. So first thing you'll notice is Values is going to peel right to get this boost. And I'll miss a open net. Bit of a mix-up there on orange. And I really like what Values does here. He just turns out, because he's expecting the power clear, and he gets a massive turn and clear. And on the other end, there's no turn and clear from orange there. Mortis getting in all kinds of trouble. So let's analyze what he does right here. So as this ball is traveling out, you'll see he's aware that there is a power clear opportunity. So he starts turning. And then he gets in a position where he can turn and face the ball. Now, as this ball comes, he's able to step, get a massive clear, and then you'll see myself grab this boost and then get in a central supporting position. And it's here things get a little interesting. So this is exactly what we talked about in episode 1. You want to start with a central supporting position. And as this ball's moving to the side, it's very obvious it's going this way at this point, since it's on that side of Mortis' car. Values is stepping to the sideline. I'm stepping to the sideline to support if the ball comes over him. So that is an optimal sideline support position here. And as this goes central, obviously I'm able to make a beeline for the ball and score the goal. So really nice positioning from Values. He creates the opportunity there. Okay, so you'll see Values peel off for this left boost here. And I try to hit it to his side. That's something we work on in terms of our kickoff strategy. Values gets a really nice center and it comes to the side. So you'll see myself, I was reading that the whole time. I'm moving to the corner, trying to keep this in there, and we'll try to keep offensive pressure. So you'll see I missed the ball here, and then Values is able to step, hit a pinch. And this is where things get interesting. So in twos, one of the best moves that you can do as a defending team is when the ball is going across the goal in this sort of position, it's best to actually clear the ball this way as opposed to this way back into pressure. So taking it across goal is a very useful move. It's useful in every game mode. And you'll see it a lot in twos. And so he takes it across. And so what I'm doing is I'm defending that corner. I do not want the ball to go to there. I'd rather it go this way towards the net or maybe into the back wall. So I defend it well, but I don't cut it enough where Values can actually support that. So now Values is in a 2v1 situation. And because Mortis has no boost, he's able to step. So he actually defends his 2v2 really well. I want to talk about his positioning here. So at this point, he needs to cover the dribble and the impending pass this way. So he gets in a nice passing lane there, and he's able to defend that really well. So reads that really well, steps, nice turn. And then you'll see Values step here. And we actually lose pressure here, which is kind of disappointing. And I would say it is largely my fault there. So we'll see what we can do to improve. So as this ball comes across, you'll see that I just got this boost. Or this boost as well. And so I should be able to step here and put pressure, let Values come, and then support like this. Now what ends up happening is me with about 60 boosts, I end up going here, Values going here. We have no pressure on the ball and we lose pressure. And this causes a problem for us as it creates an out for orange. So now we end up making a save. Now you'll see Mortis doing something very similar to what we did earlier. And that's him trying to defend that corner, trying to keep some pressure here. And he's not able to cut it as well. So he's trying to get around the ball, hit it this way, maybe create some offensive pressure for his own team. But very important that I save that to the side. And Value's showing some great awareness there to carry this ball out. And here things get a little interesting. I'll talk to you about my decision making. Mechanically it was very poor, but I think the idea was okay. So as Values takes this out, he doesn't rush it. And this ball drops here. Values' positioning is in the corner. And so I'm loathing trying to hit it into here and then getting a center. Because it's a center to no one. And it's going to create a clear opportunity for the opposite team. So what I end up doing is I slow it down in the corner, try to let Values get back. And ideally, I would like to get fully behind this ball so I can pass it this way. Maybe create him an opportunity for a shot or a chip up or something. And I get too far along the side of the ball, so I flick it back, and then Val is able to support adequately. Now here's some poor play. This should have been a goal for Orange, and it's here that I actually missed the boost there on the left, and therefore I am late for this tackle, and J-Rod just missing the redirect there that he should have taken. Okay, so here, this is really inefficient positioning. So as this ball comes across, Values hits us out, and you'll see myself get into that central position. So we talked about this movement a lot in episode 1. And then you'll see myself just kind of encroach this way. And it's really inefficient. I'm just standing underneath the ball. I should be, at this point, rotating out. So as this ball is definitely going to come this way, Values can step, I should be getting in behind and getting in a nice support position. So as Values gets this 50-50, I'm actually not supporting, and I get bumped there. So here, this is really interesting. You'll see that I missed the ball here, but it didn't create any ramifications. So this is something Values does really well, and it is pure boost denial, but you'll hit the ball across. Hitting the ball across away from pressure is important. He's not going to get around and hit it this way. He's going to hit it across. He's going to let myself get boost. He's going to grab this boost right here. I'm going to grab this boost, and then we're going to get on the attack. So as he does that, it's a pass to myself. You'll see he denies the boost there. This means J-Rock cannot get any pressure. Looks like Values picks up that boost. And so I actually have time after my whip to get this ball out. We'll see. Values' recovery is really good here. So at this point, the area with the most pressure is here because they have 2 players. So it is much more efficient for Values to call me off, take this ball way this way, as opposed to myself clearing it this way. So we're clearing it across goal. That's going to be a major theme in this episode. And just so happens to come out that way, and then Values stepping to that ball there. So he's going to get a 50 there. Nice play. And I believe this is where we concede the goal. Or we should have. So let's talk about what we did wrong here. So at this point, when the ball's pinging away, it's much easier to read a ball that is coming towards you from Orange's perspective than reading a ball that is going away from you and Values trying to attack that. So at this point, I should be letting Values step to that, but then also being a little conservative and then dropping here. Instead, I race the support on a ball Values definitely cannot win, and I get myself in a really poor position where I'm facing backwards to the play, and I'm unable to make any sort of play. It looks like J-Rock actually took that away from Rigor Mortis. Anyway, Values doing a very nice 50-50 support, and then he clears it well to get us out of pressure. So let's talk about what he does right here. So as I step here, and I get this 50, Values is already in that sort of spacing we saw in episode 1, where he's very close. So if the ball goes this way, he's able to get any scraps that I may not be able to get. Unfortunately, I hit it straight into the wall, so it pops out to the right. So he's only able to pop it this way, back into the wall. And he recovers really well, and he's able to step. And I like that step because we have a 2-keeper situation. I can drop, he can sweep across. This is really efficient, and it lets us get out of pressure. So he gets a nice demo there. I elect not to go for that as it peels off the wall. And then now I'm able to get a really fortunate 50. And I'll show you what I did from my camera angle. So as this comes across, I'm interested in the boost here. I go up, peels off the wall, so I elect not to go for it. And I just catch this, and I see the challenge. So I'm just going to jump slightly behind it, let him hit it into me. This gets us a really nice flare. So that's a small thing. I'm sure a lot of you do that already, but very useful in 2 setting. So here is an example of a turn and clear in action. It's also an example of boost denial in action. So as the ball comes across, it's going to come across the net. And then you're going to see myself grab this boost. You're going to see Values eventually grab this boost after missing it. And so since Values is so far back, you're going to see myself get in this sort of situation, try a turn and clear and try to keep some pressure. So So turn clears are a really nice tool for keeping pressure. You'll see here, there's some things I can improve on here. You'll see I'm actually facing to the right side of the ball, so I overturned here. And so I actually have to flip left as I jump. And this creates an issue because it pops it out a little further back than I would have wanted. And you'll see Valles goes for a really awkward aerial here, which he does well to control. I don't know how he does this. And then now we have a chance. But Valles' support off the 50-50 was really good. Again, the ball's looking to come out this way, so I start moving this way, expecting the ball to go this way. It doesn't, and that's when I make a beeline for this ball, and really I should be scoring here. Kind of hit it right at and into him. So Valles is already moving left, and he should be in a position where he can score. This is not dangerous at all, so he grabs that boost, sweeps across, and he's able to get his own turn clear. So this is good positioning. Maybe Valles' movement there is not the best, but from here on outwards, you'll see myself. I'm rushing to support here, getting in this position. I realize I'm a little too far ahead, so I'll just spin back. Valles is activating the player. He gets a boost denial, and then now I have the 50-50. Valles should be racing to get into a support position in that sort of area. And that's exactly what happens. And he's just a little late on that play, but overall it's really good play. And maybe he's a little inefficient by going so far up the wall. And this is one of the main issues that we need to address on my team, my twos team here, is the lack of offensive pressure or loss of offensive pressure here. So in this sort of situation with Valles on the goal, I play this conservative option of dropping back. And generally in higher level play, you won't see that. You'll see players trying to pinch the ball this way, letting the teammate get back, and trying to preserve that offensive pressure. High risk, high reward strategy. You'll see myself not do that. It's something I want to be able to do. See, I just drop off. And they should have gotten a clear out. Looks like Rick and Mortis doing all sorts of weird things there. But eventually we do lose pressure. And this is a really smart play. It's a really nice sweeping across the back. So I do see pros do this a lot. You'll see players like Greasy Meister understand this. Valles understands that where the pressure is. So he understands that the pressure is coming from this side. You're going to see one. You're going to see two players on that side. So he wants to take the ball across. So he's going to come this way. He's going to sweep across, take the ball from the corner, take it across the pitch, and he's going to think about what to do from there. So you'll just see him sweep. Excellent catch. Beats the first player. And here's a little disappointing in the end product here. You'll see I race the support. I get in behind, race the support. And here we'll go into Valles cam. Talk about what he can do a little better. So as he beats this first player, he's flipped beyond the ball. This is an ideal spot to go for a bump, go for a demo. If you get the demo, right, I'll just roll into net. If you get the bump, same outcome. If you miss him and he jumps, this could potentially put him out of the game and have the ball roll into net. So he actually throws the ball away here, and then he gets the demo. So just a little thing he can work on. That's a really ones type play. And they are really effective, right? Demos or demo attempts usually commit players. So you see he gets the demo there. And here we have a poor center attempt. And so Valles really needs to be leaving there a little earlier. So let's see. So as this ball comes along the sideline, you'll see that it's on the wall. This means the only outcome, positive outcome, is a lofted ball this way. It's really hard to do from this sort of position. So Valles should be, at this point, dropping out and trying to think about the next play, as opposed to going for this. So now we're in all sorts of trouble, counterattacking. Ball is going to get centered, and I'm able to clear this. So one thing we talked about previously is at this point, the ball is coming this way. and I'm going to clear it back this way. This is what creates offensive pressure for the other team. This is not ideal, but it's okay. See, J-Raw's able to come back, sweep around that, and he's able to clear that. Gets a nice dunk. They get more offensive pressure. And any clear is always dangerous for us. So now you see I've left Values there, and Values has to deal with that 1v1 situation. Now, what we can do here a little differently, try to make our play a little more high level, is Values looks odds on to win this tackle. So I can really start moving this way and wait for his tackle to come out that way and pick up the ball. That would be a lot more efficient than myself rotating all the way back behind Values as Values steps. I think that's quite inefficient, and so you'll see that here. So again, supporting from the sideline as the ball's on the sideline, and then I come central, and I get there with a really weak shot. So let's see what happens there. It's a bit interesting. So it looks like here I'm too far on the sideline. There's no 50-50. And then I come inside, and then I'm too aggressive, and it's a little. I have to fully brake to hit this ball, so that's why there's no power. And then Values probably should be scoring that. Looks like I just accidentally side flipped there. So Values does really well to stop this ball. You'll see he does this on recovery a lot. So as I miss, he's able to just stop this ball. This is a delay tactic to get me back. Now that they have big power clear, we're all dropping off. I go up for this aerial. J-Raw beats me to it. And Values goes to the boost, and he's going to sweep across. Because it's not dangerous at the moment, he has time to grab the boost and then think about the next play. So I'm completely out of the play. J-Raw's completely out of the play. Values does a really nice step. And we cover two options there. So this is really good defending. So as this comes out, we have an opportunity for a turn and clear power clear. So you'll see Values, he's just going to drop out this way. And then you're going to see myself step for any dribble. So he catches the ball. We're covering both options. I get the dunk. And Values really slow to support here. He's, I think, in free cam. And he's unable to race and win this ball. So it may have been more efficient for myself just to pass that back. And him to stay in the back. So as it stands, Values very late for this tackle. Myself trying to get a turn and clear here. So I get a really nice 50. And this lets Values come back. So he's going to go for the corner boost. I'm going to try my best to just push this upfield. And then now it's an opportunity to get a center. So Values is really well there in his decision making not to support. He goes to the sideline because there's really no positive outcome except... there's no positive outcome. The most common outcome here would be a clear from pink. Or red here. And then I'm going to try to sweep across. Values is really well to delay. He lets me get in behind. He gets the next 50. And here we have a major positioning error, which creates a goal. So once Values gets this clear, you'll see that I overflip. I'm a little surprised by how well he's won that. I overflip, and then Recomortis gets a turn clear. And so I actually had to physically slow down, hit the brakes, turn, and then I hit this into the corner. Now, it may have been better to catch it, but I was aware of the demo. So I go into the corner. I'm trying to take this across. And I get the block here. And Values is late. I make a kind of a lucky save. And then J-Raw's able to fake me out and get the goal. So a lot of things that we did wrong. There were a few things we could have fixed along the way to prevent that sort of situation. And the first is not overflip. That's a bit aggressive for a ball Orange is going to win. So try to show how aggressive I am. And this is Orange ball to win. Values out of boost. And then I hit this into the corner. And at this point, you'll see Values actually makes a beeline for the sideline boost. This is a race he cannot win. I think it's pretty clear that Recomortis is going that way. Values flips that way as well. He gets beat to it. That means Values comes all the way this way. And had he actually rotated this way, he may have been able to prevent this next shot. So I'm in a lot of trouble here, and he's not supporting. being that second keeper. So in effect, he's late trying to make that save, and I get a really lucky save. It should have been a goal on the first try, and they get the goal eventually. So a bit disappointing there, but definitely a few things you can improve on there. Myself too, I'm being a little too aggressive there. So this is a really good kickoff, I believe. Oh, okay, so it hits towards Value. Value's able to step very quickly, and he's calm enough to try to chip this up. I think he's mishit that actually. And here you're gonna see us score a 0-second goal. So good defending from the front. So you see myself, as this ball's coming across, I'm moving across to the ball to get this next hit to try to create some offensive pressure. So as that ball's in the air, it's moving this way, I'm encroaching this way. So that's exactly what you just saw there. All right, so that's really low, so that's going to be a big clear for Orange here. I get the hit, and I'm able to sweep across the back. That's all that is. And grab the boost. I talk about this sideways position a lot. We saw Snasky do this expertly in the first analysis. That's all that is. And I'm able to clear this back to the corner. You see Orange is there already. And this is really good play. This actually creates the 0-second goal. So this is what we call a defensive clear or defensive pass. So a lot of the time you'll see pro players, and I'm not saying I'm pro or anything, but you'll see pro players look at the play here, and they'll see Recca Mortis there, ready for any big clear attempt. So what I do is I cushion the ball, and Val is able to catch it, able to beat the player, and we get a 0-second goal. So he does really well to score here. Now the defensive clear is really important because it lets your teammate who's very close get the next hit, as opposed to just clearing it, not really thinking about the outcome. So some strategizing there that gets us the win. But anyway, that's going to be the game today. So a lot of things we can learn from that. And so we'll go into the closing comments. So it looks like we have a lot to improve. What's noticeably different from Snasky and Classics in the last episode is that we rarely had high centers from good wall play. I remember seeing Classics take up the wall a lot, and it created a lot of dangerous chances. And that was the main takeaway from episode 1 about how to support in those sort of situations. Now, we did have good support in counterattacks, with myself usually reading the play well to figure out if I need to support through the middle or from the sideline. We covered that in episode 1 as well. The main takeaway from this episode are the points I made about clearing the ball across the goal away from pressures. And that's going to be a big one. That's how you start a lot of counterattacks, and that's how you get out of opponent team offensive pressure. Now, you just saw a pass across the back there. That's something that's really important, and you have to remember to try to boost deny your opponents. And it's something that we need to be a little more efficient with. You see myself not always getting the hits there that we need, and then getting good clears off the pass. Anyway, those are things I'm going to work on. We'll come back next episode with a pro analysis and see if we can continue to improve my twos play. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, guys.